Aloha and welcome to another installment of HNN Overtime, the Hawaii News Now Sports Podcast. And look it, the trio is back.
Back at it.
Full
It's been so long. We're back
it
at
has
it, guys.
been too long. Yes, I recently came back from a trip. You guys held down the fort, and then the week prior, me and Cienna held down the fort. But it's good.
Yeah,
it's good to see you guys.
Like I was saying last, Cienna has been the only consistent one.
That is true.
Here. You know,
we're
like slacking, Kyle.
We are.
We're taking time off,
taking
Bill
breaks.
Belichick taught me one thing: it's to do my job.
Do your job. But no, yeah, we have another exciting episode for y'all and for us as well. This coming weekend, the Out of System podcast and volleyball brand. I'm sure if you guys are on social media and a fan of the sport of volleyball, you are aware of these guys. Two former UH players in Joe and Gage Worsley. Hawaii native UCLA guy, Micah Ma'a. They do tours, they do camps, they do podcasts, they do all over. So they're back here in Hawaii this weekend for their second annual grass volleyball tournament. So really exciting. They the Worsley brothers came in and chatted with us. 2/3 of their group was there, and unfortunately, 2/3 of our group was there. So
sorry, Cienna.
Yeah, sorry, Cienna.
Yeah.
Call me Micah. We were both missing.
The two most local people weren't. The two
Seriously.
most local people. Yeah.
But I missed out.
Yeah.
I missed out on a good one. But I can't wait to listen to the interview and hear what they have to say.
Yeah, no, they were full of energy.
One word to describe that is energetic. My gosh, they were energetic. Yeah, I was feeling hyped just listening to them talk, and I'm sure all of you will too when you're about to see this. But that was a great interview.
It was fun. It was super fun. Much like I think we were talking about it off camera. Cienna said much like how they were at UH, just the kind of the calm, cool, collected Joe, Gage, obviously full of energy.
Gage had a lot of energy.
Love those guys. Love him. I think that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's get it. All right, everybody, we are joined by 2/3 of the Out of System crew, Joe and Gage Worsley. Thank you guys so much for coming in and taking some time to chat with us. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, of course, man. Could be more stoked to be on island. Could be. Sorry. I know we did this last year as well. Could be more stoked to be back on, man.
Yeah, we're happy to be back. Thanks for having us. Big special shout out to Micah, like you said, 2-3. He's overseas killing it. So, but Gage and I'll hold down the fort today.
That's right.
It's awesome to have you guys. I mean, you guys just got here, right?
Yesterday. Yeah, we just got in. We've been traveling a bunch. Like, we're behind on sleep immensely, I would say. But we keep it going. We're used to it over summers.
Just running off vibes, right?
Exactly. And this guy keeps us awake.
There you go.
And Taco Bell.
His entertainment.
Oh, absolutely. You guys are back in town too. Obviously, if you guys are living under a rock or you just don't know, two former University of Hawaii men's volleyball players and two very good volleyball players in their own right. They are part of Out of System, which is the volleyball podcast, a volleyball brand, volleyball camps, volleyball tournaments, volleyball, anything and everything under the sun. If you don't have a cell phone, then you probably haven't heard of them, but everybody has. And they're back here in the islands for their second annual Luau Grass Volleyball Tournament this weekend in Kailua. So, I guess our first question is just kind of talk about that, being able to have, year two of this tournament back in a place that you guys spent a lot of time in your kind of formative years. Sorry, it's a big word. My little big word.
Settle down.
It's my vocabulary, my
down.
word of the day calendar. Sorry.
Well, in terms of the name, I have to give a special shout out to Micah. He came up with the name. He loves the name, the Luau, and that was all him. So I just had to give a special shout out. But in terms of the event, we've said this many times before. Hawaii, the volleyball community, the community in general has given us, our family, so many, great, I would say, memories and just opportunities of a lifetime. I would say, the best 4 years of my life were attending. It's been a short life, hopefully many years ahead. But, it's been attending the University of Hawaii, playing for the state, playing for the university, getting a chance to play 2 years with my brother. And doing something here, for the people, so many of, the boosters and the fans and people that used to be ball kids that are now playing, going to college, they come to the event. And it gives us an opportunity to just reconnect with everybody at least once a year, come back here and do something really cool with a great partner, Zev and Jen, the crew that we work with, phenomenal. One of the best, I would say, groups that we work with of any of our events throughout the summer. And so we couldn't be more stoked to have them in on as well. And like I said, it's just all about, for us, is really just the community aspect and giving back to a community that provided so much for us and our family.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, guys, I mean, talk a little bit about the tournament for those who don't know about it. How did it first start? And kind of talk about it. It's a 4-man tourney, right?
Yeah, it's a 4-man grass tournament. Grass volleyball is one of the fastest growing forms of volleyball, I would say. You've seen AVP start dumping a bunch of money into it, which is American Beach Volleyball, American Volleyball Professionals. It's the beach volleyball circuit, and they're starting to put money in the grass scene, the grassroots scene. You're having tournaments of 9,000 athletes on the mainland, and so for us, grass volleyball is a thing that's been around Hawaii, but we wanted to do something that we feel like we could build, create a whole volleyball kind of week out of. We have big aspirations for where this event's going to go. And also the most important thing is making it fun. At the end of the day, we want it to be a fun event. People bring their kids down to non-volleyball people, volleyball people, music, food trucks, everything going on. And so just giving, the community over in Kailua an opportunity to have a day for everybody to come and join in on something that we have, done our whole lives, which is play volleyball. And, we knew we wanted to run a tournament out here. We knew people who could help with that, and we just kind of, got connected with the right people and started formulating kind of what that would look like and put it together last year and have been running with it since.
And you guys talk about, kind of growing this thing. I know this year you guys have a youth clinic, correct, for any of the younger kids that signed up for the tournament, or just for anyone who wanted to sign up for the clinic. Kind of talk about that and, your guys' I guess dedication to that next generation, or those kids that are looking up to you guys. Anyone who was a UH fan or just a fan of you guys now with your videos and all that, just kind of being able to have this keiki camp for I believe Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday night. For us, it's all about all the kids who sign up for the tournament they come on down. It's just an added benefit for them to come and participate. If you just want to come to the clinic, you can sign up as well. Just go to outofsystem.net. There's a link there for anything. I don't know when this is coming out, so but we will absolutely be continuing that in the years too. It's just like I said, we have people come in volunteering. It's a cool hour and a half, 2 hours that we can get out there, play with them, teach them a couple things, and also it gives us a chance to connect with them before the event too. So when we see them at the tournament, we've met them already. It's a lot more fun that way.
Yeah, what was the first tournament like for you guys? How successful was it? What do you say?
The first one here in Hawaii?
Yeah, the first one.
It was awesome. Everybody who came down there was just this is very cool and has so much potential to just be this really big thing, and that's what we saw too. And obviously with any event like that and what we're trying to do with it and the type of stuff that we're talking about for the future, there's always hiccups along the road. But the biggest thing is that people come down, they enjoy it, they see value in the event, and making sure that people are having fun at the end of the day. If people are having fun, they're enjoying it. I think then we're happy with that. And there's a lot of really positive feedback, and we've already surpassed last year's number of teams, and so it's growing, which is a good sign. But we, I would say that overall we were really content with where we were at after the first year.
Yeah.
Oh, we're both gonna talk.
I don't know. We're trying to do this little dance here.
Yeah. No,
I'm just trying to be a good co-host. Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Kyle. No, for each of you, what made you guys so successful in volleyball? Especially for maybe people watching this who aspire to be, great volleyball players and make it to a Division I school. What was it that made you guys so successful in the sport?
I think luckily our parents genetically are pretty athletic people. My mom's Division I soccer player. My dad was a very, very highly skilled baseball player, among other sports for both of them. So got lucky with genetics there. And then And then I think we're fueled by fire, to be honest with you. Our parents, they can be intense at times. We're in a very sport-heavy, intense household. So, iron was it iron sharpens iron? I think that's the quote. And that's pretty much the case of it. And then obviously, when you have siblings, we're 16 months apart, so we're 2 years away in age in like club sports or in grades. Just close enough to where we can, maybe there's like a little gap here and there, 14, 16, or 13, 15. But after that, like you can play in the same team together if you're skilled enough. And luckily, for me, I was skilled enough to play with my brother. So we were always on the same team. So we were always pushing each other, and we were always competitive. We were always fighting a bunch. So that helps a bunch. So just us being close in age, our parents' genetics, and our very intense household and training.
All like ultra competitive. Tell this story. I don't know. My dad might get mad, but to be honest, it kind of shows you like the mindset. People are gonna think it's like crazy when they hear it, but after like he always is somebody, he like sets the standard, and then from there like he wants like to work with you to achieve like his standard. So first tournament we ever played with him as our coach, we were 9 and 8 at that point. We had played 2 years already. And we go, and it's like the regional championship in New York, upstate New York. We lose the finals. We don't play like very like inspiring volleyball. I remember it was like we weren't like that into it. We were kids, 9 and 8 years old. Driving home, it's an hour drive home from Buffalo, New York to Rochester. Pull over to the side of the road near this creek, and he gets out. He's the head coach of the team. He gets out with the trophy, and we have our medals just in our hand. And he's like, "You know what we do with these?" And he takes the trophy, throws it in the creek. And we took our medals through it. He's like, well, he was just so mad with how like uninspired we played too and stuff, and like we didn't have to fight. And so since we were young, it's just like when we're on the court, you just like we fight for everything. And there's so many people who have like skills and stuff, but I think that's the biggest thing is there's people who like struggle to play with my brother and I think because of that. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of people who like love it too. Like there's a certain type of person that, I think loves to be around that intensity.
I mean, we don't, if I'm being honest, not when we play out there, we're not, yes, we are playing for fun, but it's not really recreational. It's like, if we're going to play a game, we're going to play to win. For example, if someone invites us, let's go play, I don't know, beach fours, beach twos, like, oh, let's go, play around. Like, I'm not just going to go out there and just pepper. I'm like, we're going out there to win and play in purpose. Doesn't matter. Challenge someone random on the beach or something like that. And like I said, that's not for everyone. We get that. But at the end of the day, for those people who do enjoy, who are like us, we mesh really well with them.
And this one is kind of maybe for you, Gage. I remember back in the UH days, you had something called the
libero diet.
Libero diet.
Yeah.
Yep. And I know you guys gave us a really good answer, really good story about your dad. But I'm just curious as far as the nutrition goes. What is the libero diet for some of our viewers here?
Well, as any great, how anything great happens, you need your forefathers, you need your guy to pass down, and that guy for me was Larry Tuileta. He showed me the ways to the libero diet. And I remember when I was first introduced to it was preseason, my freshman year. His senior year, we go to Denny's. It's about 9:30 a.m., right? He goes, he's like, looks at the menu. He's like, play at about 1, play again at 7. Like, you know what?
It's preseason.
Preseason, yeah. So he's played back to back, right? And we were traveling into another school and playing back to back. Same day. Goes into Denny's, he's like, you know what? Looks at the menu, he's like, I don't want breakfast. Flips to the lunch side. He's like, I'll take a milkshake, double cheeseburger, French fries, just orders the whole menu. I was like, I'll do the same. And then he would go to, shout out to L&L, go to L&L every day. He go to L&L every day.
Every day?
And then, well, pretty much every day. And then I started doing the same, and I kind of learned from him. And then it just, there's a direct correlation in between libero skills and the libero diet. And if you want to take your job seriously, you got to take your nutrition seriously. So that's why you got to get on the libero diet. And that way, as I say, you stay more grounded to the floor. I always say we're peacocks. We're meant to look beautiful and not fly. You know what I'm saying? Staying grounded the whole time. So that's why I learned the libero diet. Shout out to Larry Tuileta. Now he's the cookie man. Now he's his own cookie business. And essential libero diet now. Yeah.
Wow. That was my diet, in like football. I don't know about you, Kyle.
We're two offensive linemen. I'm sure the libero
college offensive linemen.
The libero diet probably bled into our diet.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Us and the
O-linemen
were mopping a bell now. Don't you worry about that. It was just us and like now. Guess what? Now me and Tui left. Now the LNL that we used to go to, no longer in service. I hear.
Ooh.
I'm like, we kept them afloat. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. There it is.
Sorry about that. The liberos are not doing their jobs. Just gotta say that.
Now, you guys were saying, you just got here to the islands, but you guys are traveling nonstop, right?
Yeah.
You guys are all going all around the country. What are you guys doing? How many states have you gone to so far this year? What do you say?
Well, so we still play overseas professionally. We finish up our pro season in beginning of May, and pretty much right from then we are on the road nonstop. We've hit. If I sit here and list, it'd be a waste of time. But I would say we've been through this summer 10 to 12 states already.
Oh my God.
And then other like year before that, 2 years before that, easy 15, 16, 17 states.
Yeah. More than that. Our first summer was ridiculous.
Yeah.
We drove everywhere too. We just got in a van for 5 weeks and drove. Event.
And yeah, so like
content and event,
yeah,
content and
exactly.
event, content and event. We just push it. That's the thing about the grind. Like, people don't understand. We don't care. We're down for anything, and whatever it is to like make our business go, we're all about it.
Yeah, crazy.
Carry 200-pound bag.
Yeah,
like we'll carry it.
We
care.
Merch. And it's just the boys, Get Jake over here. I know he's off camera. Jake McSlunk, shout out to him, as well as Mike and Mom.
Somehow Faina.
Yeah, Faina Zhang gets roped into this. But when it's just that crew, like we're die hard for the core and everything like that, and for the cause. So that is out of system. So we'll do anything it takes, and no matter all-nighters. I mean, just the most. We could sit here for hours and just tell you the most insane
Columbus
stories.
To
It's just imagine the people you meet, and imagine the stories with your best friends. Imagine the chaos that you get yourself into. I'm not going to incriminate myself on air right now, but I'm going to say it gets wild real quick, real often, and the creatures you meet, and once you're in Arkansas, man, there's not a lot of sane people out there. There's not a lot of clear mind. It's wild, and and we love it though, and so we're traveling on the go, and like Joe said, we're overseas for 9 months, and then no, we're not just staying in one place. We're traveling all over overseas. Right. Then you come home and you travel a bunch for that, but we love it. It's the tour life. We live for it, and as we say, OOS, OOS, out of system, acronym, to the moon. OOS to the moon, baby. So the show must go on.
There we go.
I gotta ask too. You guys are traveling what's the playlist? What are the tunes like?
Oh my God! Don't even.
Kyle and I were talking the other day.
Bro.
What's the playlist? What do you guys got?
Joe's the all-time driver. Joe's a great driver. We call him Joe McSpeed, aka Ricky Bobby. He's a nonstop joyride, and unfortunately, with great power comes great responsibility. And and I kid you not, I'm not joking around with you. He'll only. Let's take a 9-hour drive.
Right.
He'll only play Morgan Wallen for 9 hours. That's all he will play. I don't like country. I don't like country at all. 9 hours straight. Like, remember one time the Dangerous album that first came out?
Oh my God.
I know every song. There's 24 songs in there. I hate country. Imagine you know every song by heart. Because for 5 weeks straight, this guy just blaring Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs is bad. I'm like, I hate both of them. I don't like either of them.
Restart the album,
dude. No, I'm not kidding. It goes again. I was like, did we just listen to it? I'm like, you know what? I'm not even. I don't care. And then Micah loves it. Jake loves it when he's on the road. Faina's great with everything. And for me, I'm just kind of sitting there. I'm like, you know what? But it's a tradition now, to the point where I'm like, you know what? You can't change tradition. It does remind you when you're on the road, but when you go and you play it for 9 months straight and you live with the guy, and then you go and play it for the whole tour, it's like, bro, come on, give me a break here.
I like how Jake was nodding off camera too. I looked over.
He approved.
Dude,
he approves
We're
it.
big country guys.
No, they're big country guys. Let's get something straight here.
Wait till next year's tour, and when Morgan has a new album or something, then you'll get to learn an entire
word by word. I'll know it. I'll know everything. Like,
oh my goodness. We've been talking about, you guys are on tour, you guys are doing content, a little bit about their content for their socials. You guys have, we have a little cheat sheet. We did our homework.
Yeah, we're going all into your guys' socials. Right. We did some research.
Yeah,
so we're gonna be
according to YouTube, 25,000 subscribers on YouTube, and your most popular video posted about a month ago, 2 professional volleyball players versus the top 16 U players. That is at 142,000 views.
Yep.
And then another top video of yours is 2 professional volleyball players versus 70 kids.
70 kids, guys. Yeah, I have that too.
Let's see. We have some footage here.
We have some footage here. I stole from your guys' YouTube.
Oh, I love it.
That's
That's perfect. That's perfect.
So what's going on here?
So,
I was watching some of
this.
So first of all, Capono Faye right there is setting Hawaiian chosen child, one of Hawaii's chosen child. Claire Chautier, she's All-American, all ACC Player of the Year, National Championship runner-up. And then you got me. So basically the idea was mic Gage up. I'm Gage. Mic him up and let him just go at these kids. Clay Mao, also a local legend around here.
You gotta get a little.
All right, so
like
what
for the
happened-
camps, you gotta.
Yeah. So for the camps, okay, we have a 3 to 4 day camp, right? So for the 3-4 days camp, we do 3 hours beforehand, right? Work, skill, work. And obviously I'm getting comfort. We're kind of eyeing out which kids can kind of bring the heat. Can take the heat of the cannon, aka my shoulder. And for me, as we say, content. Like for me, I get a good relationship with these kids and everything like that. I'm just gonna go out there and just start dirshing on them, and not even, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a complete a-hole out here. So we go, and what will happen is at the end we pick those 70 campers, a couple of them, and in this particular drill, the first one we ever did, we do challenges at the end. And if they win the challenge, they win a sponsor from our, they win prize from our sponsor, allvolleyball.com, or merch from us. And in this one, they had to dig it. I was hitting back row, Claire was hitting front row. And what happened was, mic myself up, and for the content, I was talking a lot of smack. If you guys want to look it up, you can hear me. And I was just launching at these kids. Now, for fair sake, and you hear me going
this
to that,
video. This isn't even fair, man. This isn't even fair.
No, that's the point. And the kids love it. Or at least maybe I love it. I don't know. No, but the thing is, if it's girls, I won't hit at them. I'll let Claire hit them. But for guys, then I'll go at them. And Claire's bouncing balls at them too.
Yeah.
And you got to let them know. You got to let them know at the end of the day. Some kids need to be humbled. Maybe I need to be humbled. So until someone beats us in a challenge, no one beats us in a challenge yet. And then we have every day something different. Now this one, obviously, it's really hard for the campers. But they're easy one. We did one with Mike, and we did 1 versus 6. 1 versus 6, and he won.
God.
He ended up winning against like some really it was a close one. Joe Wood did one versus, like you said, the top 16 players, one of the top 16-year-old in the country, and one of the top 16 setter in the country. He was they played Joe and Capono in short court, and that was an intense one. And so we have these challenges at the end of the day because one is good for these kids. They don't. With respect, it's in North Carolina, so they probably don't get a lot of professional players, USA-type players going to these camps.
Right.
Or just going in the area. So we just kind of give access and we're let them come at us. And, everyone loves it. And I'm not going to, we don't go out there and just we're not just going out to destroy the kids. We got to make sure they're comfortable with it and everything.
Right.
So for example, if we have a camp that's a little more tame, maybe not as skilled, we bring it back. Now, in North Carolina, there's some good kids out there that were like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Then we ramp it up. You know? So that's what it comes down to. And, it's fun.
I mean, you were firing some missiles.
Yeah.
This kid didn't have a chance.
Gas, all gas.
Gas.
Shout out to Jake Myers. No curveball. No change up, straight gas.
Just pure
Let's
gas.
keep it going, guys. So that was YouTube. Now we're moving over to Instagram. You know? So let's take
This is a recent
phenomenon. This is a
phenomenon
recent one
that we've seen.
What's
making
going on here,
rounds.
guys? What is this?
I started a thing. I self-proclaimed myself as the anus digger, and so I was in a German accent. So look at it. First of all, there's 2 things you got to look. Look at the stillness and look at the arch of the back. That's the key to the butt dig. I get kids walk. I go around the beach, random beaches, and kids freak out. They're like, oh my gosh, the anus digger, and they try and do a butt dig in front of me and stuff like that. So I go, and the key for those of you watching is the arch of the back and the stillness. And if you don't have that, you're not gonna be able to do it. But it just kind of started as a joke. And then all of a sudden it's popping off 21 million views, 13 million, all the huge numbers. And Donnie over there, shout out to Elevate himself, one of the biggest volleyball influencers or just volleyball people, social media people in the world. It's great. He's a great sport. We're like, hey, I'm just going to bounce a ball off my butt, and we want you to hit this ball. And I'm going to be, and he's like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm just going to arch my back and just going to hit off my butt. And that's first take, by the way. All these easier ones are first take.
That was a first take?
Yeah, I will not get embarrassed. I have the lines, I'll cross them every time. I have no dignity for myself whatsoever. I will, if that's what needs to be done, Gage will do it. Because oosh to the moon, and the show must go on.
Well, we have a couple more. I also saw this on Instagram. The audio isn't all the way there, but we are going to play this. So the version with audio, all of you watching, I highly suggest that you go to their Instagram and check this out. You can't hear the audio, but guys, describe what's happening.
So, you want
what's
to
going
on?
on?
You got me.
Yes, this is you.
So basically, we're like, we need more promo, and we're like, the best thing to do is just lock us in a room with a phone or whatever like that, And so we're like, what do we do? And then we start with something else, then we go off that, and then we just keep going off it more and more. And we're just screaming the luau, and we're like, let's make this as awkward and weird as possible. And we're just dying laughing, just trying to keep a straight face. And,
you guys are screaming in that.
Improv is our specialty. I will say that. When we're improving, that's our best. We're just screaming the luau. Shout out to Jake Myers. He really did a good job of that. It was an emergency press conference. And we were just shirtless with ties and suits. We just gave the people what they wanted, and we got more signings.
And it gets clicks for the tournament.
It gets
pure
views.
chaos.
It gets the views. It gets the views.
Absolutely works.
Exactly, 100%. So yeah, and it just works out for us, and yeah, we enjoy it. I don't know if people do though.
Our promotion is that we definitely, I think we're pretty unique with how we promote our
100%,
stuff.
100%.
Especially this guy.
So let's go on.
You guys have the best social media.
Yeah.
Really.
Thank you guys.
And Kyle, I think we're going to go to the last one.
Yeah, this is
here.
our last little bit of social media content that we were able to find. This was back in 2020? 2020
So we're
US?
moving on to your Twitter that you guys have.
Oh, Twitter.
Yeah. That
What's
platform.
gonna be on here?
Did you? We also. Oh, they didn't say TikTok. TikTok's our biggest one. TikTok's about like 200,000 or something like that.
That's
Okay.
true.
But that's
Alright.
a lot of the same as Instagram Reels. The same, just more
That's
anus
true.
digs. To be honest.
Okay. Well, check it out. I'll
Yeah.
be watching. Check out their TikTok too,
Yeah,
for
all
sure.
their socials. But yeah, so this was posted on Twitter back in 2020.
Well, I want to see what this is.
And it says,
Oh,
time for a
oh.
tough choice. Which one of the Worsley brothers would you date? And I think we'll let the
Yes.
viewers decide too.
Well, what do you
but,
guys think?
You know?
Oh.
That is
Well, wait. Hold on. Before we get to that, you guys did get one comment on
yeah,
that.
let's see the comment.
Definitely Joe, because I cannot handle Gage in any way, shape, or form. What do
I
you
am
guys
a lot.
think?
I agree. That statement is very true.
6
I am a
views.
lot. I am a lot.
That had 6 views. Yeah, we took out the name, but yeah, you know what's your guys' thinking? Did they get it right?
Did they
Is
get-
that
yeah.
I think that I don't know, Joe. What do you think?
Gage? How do you
Depend-
feel? Yeah.
I agree with that. I realize I'm a lot. Like I'm a lot. I'm a great guy. I'm selling myself. I feel I'm on The Bachelor. Listen, for those of you out there listening, I swear I'm a good guy. no, for me, I'm a lot.
Depends who the other person is.
Can you hang?
Well,
Can you
it
hang?
depends
Good
what
question.
they're
That's a
looking
good
for.
question. That's
question.
the question.
It
That is a good
depends what they're looking for.
What are you looking
For sure.
That is a good question.
That is a good one though. We should redo that again.
I think
I don't think we're competing against too many. Gage and I are never like,
Hot
been-
commodities you're
been-
looking at us. Hot commodities.
Yeah,
As soon
Gage
as
and I-
those butt dicks came out, next level.
next level.
Actually, no, not at all. Actually, quite the opposite. Actually,
Oh man. Before we let you guys go, I just want to remind everybody that the second annual Luau Grass Volleyball Tournament is this Sunday, July 16th, at Kailua District Park. Guys, is registration closed at this point, or the episode will go out today? So
Okay,
you can,
perfect. Yeah, it is not closed. We will leave it open through tomorrow night. Everything will get formed tomorrow night. We know how the Hawaii volleyball community is. You guys like to wait till the last minute. We see that happen all the
Calm
time.
down.
Okay, so
Sorry.
if you want to, you still have time to register. Get your teams in. It's very competitive. The open divisions, there is a cash prize. Okay, people always wonder that. Come win some money. Compete against some of the best players on island and also from the mainland coming over. We had decent amount of people fly over this year. And it's going to be a good time. Even if you're not able to play, come check it out. We'd love to have you down there. Come hang out.
But even if you're not like the highest level player, you just want to come out for fun. We have a lot of people sign up for our lower divisions. If you're just trying to get out there, have fun, and maybe if you're not even playing at all, just come down there, cruise Kailua District Park. We'll be there all day, and it'll be a good time. Yeah.
That's right. 8 different divisions, correct? With open being the highest and all that down below. When do you guys? When's it start? What's the start time officially on Sunday? If you guys have.
Now you're testing me. 9 a.m. I'm gonna
9
say.
a.m. Okay.
Be there.
If people ask me what I think it should be, then I would say 9 a.m.
Games will be going at
I remember
12.
saying 9 a.m.
Perfect.
But it's all outofsystem.net. It has all information. All the information. There's the link there for the luau. Anything for the clinic, for the tournament, for all the kids too. You still have time to sign up for the clinic tomorrow. We'd love to have you down there.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Let's
Thank
go.
you,
Yeah,
guys.
there we go.
Clap it up.
I can't
Was that
do
a whistle?
Yeah,
Trying.
that was a
Oh, I was
attempt.
He's trying his best.
yeah, that was good.
I mean, I
Sometimes
can't
your
do
best
it.
isn't enough.
I
so.
can't do it either, so I don't know why I'm trying
Yeah, I can't.
to dog him like that. But no, thank you guys so much for joining us in studio, and yeah, everybody be sure to check out if you guys got time on Sunday if you want to play, or if you just want to cruise like they said, Kailua District Park. Estimated 9 a.m. start.
We'll be cruising and playing, so.
Yeah.
Cruising while playing.
Watch out.
Watch out. Randy Orton.
Guys, that was such a great interview you guys did.
Yeah.
I'm really sad I missed out.
I know, it was super fun. Obviously, we don't have the biggest of areas to work with, so all crammed in here, but geez, you could feel the room shaking and buzzing with all
I
that
bet.
energy. Yeah, it was so much fun to talk to those guys.
Yeah, afterward, Kyle and I were looking at each other like, wow, that was
Yeah.
that was a lot of energy.
It was a lot.
I feel tired just after that.
I was about to say, it felt like we just ended like a workout. Like,
Yeah,
we
I
just got out of the, like,
You're like, whoo.
whoa.
Just trying to keep
That
up
one
with
hit.
them.
It's like I was
Oh
just
my
on a
God.
Peloton or something. Like, jeez. But no, they were great. And yeah, so the volleyball tournament this weekend, Sunday, July 16th, says starts about 9 o'clock. So it's an all-day thing, Kailua District Park. They said if you just want to watch, just go hang out, go see some cool volleyball. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of like familiar UH names if you're a fan of men and women's volleyball. But yeah, it was really cool to get their perspective and just kind of how they've been doing this thing now for a couple years with their brand and their tour and all that. So it was really cool to see and hear.
Yeah, I mean, especially when they were talking about, their work ethic too, going into this, and just how competitive they are also.
Yeah.
I mean, going into it might be like just a fun pickup game, they were saying.
Exactly.
They're going full speed. They're not letting it easy on you. So, I mean, that's how they played in UH and that's how they play now too. And I mean, crazy.
Yeah, and I think it's really exciting too because they talk about the importance or like the reason why they made it a grass volleyball tournament is because it's not exactly a style of volleyball that's played widely here in Hawaii, and they kind of want to spread that to out here because indoor and beach is kind of premium here in Hawaii. I know, Cienna, you're a resident volleyball player.
Oh my
back
goodness.
in
So is
your day.
Davis.
And Davis,
Hey,
right?
no, whoa,
outside
whoa,
hitter.
We can't forget about
We can't.
David.
outside hitter.
Freshman year. It's
Still volleyball
Still
player. I
volleyball
ain't never
player.
touched the court, and you'll never see me.
I
on
don't
the-
think we could see
Uh-uh.
that.
I
on
wanna
the court
see
like
that. I wanna
No,
see that.
no. Cienna, have you ever partook in grass volleyball at all?
I have played grass volleyball, not seriously, mainly just either with friends or part of training for other club teams or high school teams that I've been a part of, and it's a lot of fun. It's very different, obviously. On the court you have 6 people out there with you, or 5 plus you, and you can move so quick on the court. Grass is hard. There's dirt everywhere. It's messy. You're diving. It hurts. Like diving on grass hurts, and you're left with burns. But it's also different than playing beach. Beach is so tough. You can't move. I couldn't move. Like to get to the ball that's like really like it's so close. Every step is just so exhausting. And so I think just playing all sorts of types of volleyball, it helps you in the end in your craft, I think.
I thought it was really interesting too. I think they said the same thing basically, almost like it's a mixture of the two, indoor and beach, right? And it's crazy to think. I mean, like it takes me a while just to walk in the sand from my car in the parking lot to like my spot at the beach. So like that's crazy. And so I mean, just walking in general for me is tough, anyways. You know this. So
walking on the sand is a workout in itself.
Yeah, exactly. So
taking a stroll.
just
taking a stroll.
I mean, it's gonna be some high level stuff and also divisions just for the kids and people that just want to have some fun. I want to pose a question to you guys. Like we said, you're a resident volleyball player. So is Davis, our 2 volleyball players.
Partially.
I'll never forget Davis.
Partially.
No. You're one of the resident volleyball players
Thank you,
in
Kyle.
this
All right,
office.
I'll take you up on
that. We've talked about this in the past a little bit, but I think I want this to go on record.
Oh, okay.
So the debate of the tank top style volleyball jerseys, no sleeves, cut off here, or the maybe sleeved jersey. So either it be a t-shirt length or the long sleeve.
Kyle,
What are your guys?
brewing?
What are your guys' opinion? Sleeves or no sleeves? Maybe Davis, would you like to start it off?
Oh, okay, yeah. So there's 2 sides to this. When I was playing freshman
Choose
year,
a side.
Here we
hold
go.
on. Hold on, Cienna. Freshman year in high school, we wore sleeves, which were okay, but you kind of feel a little restricted.
Okay.
I wanted tank tops. I'm going with tank tops now.
To show off
Sun's out, guns out. You gotta show it. You gotta show off. I wish I had it freshman year, but I mean, not digging on sleeves, but tank tops are where it's at.
Okay. Cienna, I said I left Davis to go first because I feel like you have something to say.
Kyle, I mean, it's
All right,
like you know
Cienna,
me
what do
too
you
well.
got?
Well, I'm really glad that you chose a side with this one,
Oh
Davis.
my God.
That's true.
Sometimes
Wow.
you just kind of like to
is
teeter in the
dogging
middle.
on me
No,
right
I mean,
now.
if
He
you watch
is
the
a bit,
episodes,
yeah.
Davis
Mhm.
likes to teeter in the middle sometimes, and so I appreciate you choosing a
Oh
side.
my God.
Yeah, congrats for that. Me,
Congrats for that.
Congratulations on a side.
What is happening?
For me, I don't mind the sleeveless. I don't mind also just the regular t-shirt style. I feel like for me, that's what I feel most comfortable in. I feel like you're just wearing a t-shirt. I don't like the long sleeves. 1 year we did that in high school, and it changes honestly the way you also pass the ball. I don't know if you've ever played in long sleeve as well. It changes the way you slide when you dive. Like I'm more of a hater against long sleeves than I am like anything else. So I'm okay with the tank top. It's just, I mean, personal preference.
Right.
I feel like for girls, we could wear either one. It doesn't matter. So I'm not a hater for either.
From like a volleyball perspective, you said about passing.
Yeah.
Is it you feel like you have more control if it's like the ball to like your skin?
Yes,
as
you
opposed
do.
to like
and
the sleeve.
The sleeve, it's adding another like platform almost on top of your hands, and so it's changing the kind of the direction you want the ball to go to. Sometimes
You don't know about the sleeve. Like if it's like bunched up, like one play, then it's gonna hit that little. Ball could go a different way.
Davis is so right. It depends on how the sleeve fits as well.
Right.
If it's tight and like almost like spandex like on your arms, then that's a little different. If it's loose and it bunches up and there's a bunch, like you can lift up the sleeve and there's a bunch of like air underneath, that's when it gets all messed up. Because it's just like extra.
I can see that. I think for a visual example, I don't know if you can see the graphic behind me. This is the old Wahine uniform. There it is. Oh, the two-shot.
Yeah, the two-shot.
I haven't done that in a minute.
That's the they're one of their older uniforms. It's a long sleeve, kind of loose, like Cienna was saying. But
yes.
I
will say, looks-wise, what I was pointing at, I will say looks-wise, I do think the long sleeve is the sauciest thing to go with.
Real
like
sauce.
An all-black,
really saucy,
long sleeve, Under Armour, like, it looks the best. It just, as a player, and some people actually genuinely do like playing in long sleeve, and for me, I didn't care for the long sleeve. Also, too, because in the gym I played at, there was no air condition. So it was just so hot. So for these girls who are playing in the stand, and then, they don't have that problem.
It's a little chilly in the stand.
There's a little breeze.
That AC is pumping.
It's pumping.
In the Simplify Arena at San Diego Center.
It's shifting the ball a little bit.
It is.
They don't, they might actually prefer playing in long
That's
sleeve
true. That's a good
rather than-
point.
For me, I wanted as little coverage.
Was that in Maui or in Vegas?
In Maui.
That's that.
That Lahaina Luna hot.
That Lahaina hot.
Luna at 3 p.m. Like you're lying if you think we're wearing long sleeves.
That's crazy.
Scorching.
Okay.
It was scorching.
That is blazing hot.
It was blazing hot. So, not a fan of the long sleeves.
There you go. I really can't. I will actually have to play. No offense, Davis. I'll have to play Davis in this, because I've never actually played a game of competitive volleyball.
Right.
So my opinion, I really guess doesn't matter to me.
Well, what do you think looks like
visually?
The best?
I think visually. See, here's the thing. There's for indoor. I'd say long sleeve is the sauce. That's the sauce. I will say I do like the Wahine's current uniform where it's a tank top, but they wear these like dry fit arm sleeves that serve as like a best of both worlds type of thing.
Those do look cool.
It looks cool. I always wondered what the girls thought about that. Maybe we'll have to bring someone on
we'll ask.
Because I always, like, physically it looks cool because sometimes they'll wear white and have like green or black armbands. So it's like you're mixing it up. But I don't know as a player if that helps or not, if you like that.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's super tight. Like this. Could it cut off your
sure.
circulation?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, like it's an armband, so it like starts at the wrist and it goes like halfway through your
and
forearm.
It's like pinching.
That's like, if you're not like cut,
Yeah. Oh,
it's
it
gonna
hurts.
just
Yeah.
you're gonna have a nice red line on your
Yeah,
forearm.
take that off.
Sure.
Yeah.
A red line is definitely gonna
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the story of our lives. I mean, my life maybe. But no,
Oh.
and then I think maybe like obviously like you said, scenario situation for beach, you have to go tank top. I know
Yes.
I'm always gonna use the Wahine teams as like an example because those are the only uniforms I really see. But like when they're playing in like a colder weather, like a California later
Yeah.
in the year, they have long sleeve
It's
uniforms,
nice.
and I'm
Yes.
just like, it just feels out of place to be on a beach in a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
So like the tank top, I think works well for like the beach, right? Beach players.
agree.
So those are my opinions. Not much of a side that I took, but I will say long sleeves have the sauce. But I do agree with your functionality point. When I played football, it was sleeves or not, no sleeves.
So in
Yeah,
Hawaii
I was right
or
there too.
out in
Both.
Iowa too? Yeah. I mean, you're an offensive lineman. You're not supposed to be wearing sleeves,
so
dog.
that was
Yeah.
exactly. No matter the temperature,
Yeah.
it's no sleeves, no
Yeah.
sleeves.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
But you know me on the sideline, we had those sideline jackets. You know, like
Yes.
the big like
the
little
big
coat.
You had the
parkas.
big jacket?
Yes. The
Davis,
parkas.
you
Davis?
played in
Iowa.
Oregon.
I-
You have
Iowa.
that?
You played in Oregon.
Iowa.
I played in Iowa,
The Midwest.
the Midwest.
For y'all
Dude, it
don't
was
know.
snowing for us in Oregon. I know
The-
it was
the
too
snow
in
be
Iowa,
different.
but
The
I'm just
snow- the
saying. I'm
snow
just
be
saying.
different
It
out
was
there.
It'd be
snowing out
different.
It's
It's
different
hit-
type of
it's
snow.
hitting different.
It hit different.
I'm out there.
Okay, all right.
I'm out there with no sleeves. I do have long socks on though, so the legs.
I'm okay with that.
The
because
legs be covered because I get a little chilly, you know. The legs are covered with the thermo dry fit socks and all that, and my knee braces and whatnot. So the bottom half, I'm warm. Top half, you gotta rough it. Once I'm in the
you
sideline,
put the park on.
oh, parka's on. I've never had to buy hand warm.
Hand
like
warmers?
The hand warmer.
Yeah.
Never had to buy that until I got to college. First year, my freshman year, didn't have that. I was miserable.
Yeah.
Second year, I've just been like, all right, sideline, parka, hand warmers, bench.
Did you have guys on your O-line that like wore sleeves and y'all would dunk them?
Oh, there was one practice that someone almost ripped off sleeves off of a human being
Really?
because it was a little freshman. He wasn't
man.
He wasn't
Nobody told
aware.
him.
We were like, hey, no sleeves, and he thought we were joking. And then he showed up in a long sleeve shirt and one of those loose ones, right? So like,
Yes, the
one
ones
of
wide receivers
Yeah,
wear,
one of the
like-
seniors was just one of the other seniors, not me. I'm
The
getting
quarterbacks wear those.
I'm getting practice snaps. I'm just kind of off to the side. You know, I'm doing my job, whatever. I just see his arms like this, and two other offensive linemen are just like by the sleeve, like take it off. But we never got it off. But yeah, no sleeves. So I will say I'm a sleeveless guy. Sun's
Okay.
out, guns
All
out.
right. Sun's out, guns out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Happy we agree.
Thank you. Well, guys, I think what a great episode just to get the trio back together. We had some great discussions. I feel like that's one of the debates where we're more like in line with a lot of
yeah,
like
this
what we're
has been
saying. Yeah.
pretty
I would
level.
say so.
Yeah, this is a
I
level
would say
debate.
so.
compared to some of the other ones
Yeah.
we may have had.
Pop Tart Gate,
The Pop-Tart
Gate.
Gate. Yeah, Pop-Tart Gate was one.
Jersey Gate,
The shave ice gate.
Shave Ice Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find more of these debates, and I know we
Any
have a lot of fun with
suggestions,
Yeah, any
leave a
suggestions?
comment.
Leave a comment down below for any suggestions. In that case, that has been another episode of HNN Overtime. To listen to this episode, you can head to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get the rest of our HNN podcasts, and be sure to check out the video version of this episode on our YouTube channel. Thanks again to Davis, Cienna. I'm Kyle Chinen. Aloha.